Hello student, welcome to social studies class once again. Today I shall start a new chapter and according to your syllabus this is the last chapter. So it is chapter agriculture. Agriculture, first we will see the derivation of the term agriculture. Agriculture has been derived from these two Latin words, one is agar and another is culture. Agar means soil and culture is cultivation. So it is the cultivation of the soil. Along with this cultivation of the soil, farmer cultivate the soil. Along with this cultivation, farmer also rears animal. Cultivation of soil along with rearing of the animal, it is called agriculture. Now, while doing agriculture, number of factors which influence this agriculture. So one by one, these factors we will discuss first. Now, first factor it is climate. Now, climate also influence this agriculture all over the world. Now, different area have different climatic zone, different climates are there, and a degree of hotness and the coldness decides the crops grown in any area, types of the crops which grown in any area. And along with this, now the crops which cultivate by the people of Jammu Kashmir, the same crop, the area which receive maximum temperature or very hot cannot cultivate the same crop what grows there in the Jammu Kashmir. So climate, coldness or hotness decide what type of the crops should be grown or cultivated in any area. Now along with this climate, so the factor rainfall also plays important role. So the area which receives moderate rainfall favors the cultivation of the crop. Those crops we cannot cultivate in the area which receive very scanty rainfall, say this the desert area, or in India it is Thar desert in the Rajasthan. Now the crops or the vegetation what we found there in the desert area, this survive the harsh climatic condition. Now the crops, other crops which do not support or do not survive in the extreme hot like in the desert area cannot be cultivated. Next factor it is soil. Soil is also important factor. Okay, black lava soil is best suited for cultivation of the cotton. Clay soil cultivation for the rice. Now like this, number of this soil, okay, the soil and its properties decide what crops should or need to cultivate in those areas. Next one, it is relief and nature of the land. Now relief or this nature of the land or altitude also plays important role, which also influence the agriculture and the types of the crop grown in area. Crops are mainly grown in the plain area, but while cattle and the sheep rearing also done in the mountainous regions. So rice requires standing water, while tea and the coffee grows well in the hill slope. Now some of the tea gardens are there in the Boragbilli. So wherever you have seen this tea garden, so you have found that. So these tree gardens are situated in a very hill area which have these slopes. Okay, so now this coffee and the tea, this garden, tea garden, if water lodging happens or occurs there, then the tea garden or the tea will not survive. So that is why you will find that in the tea garden well drainage system are there. So when the rainfall take place, then and there, so water comes out very quickly. So nature of the land also plays a very important role, and change in the altitude, height of an area also influence of the growing of the different types of crops or the vegetation also matters. Next, the other factor which include this the capital, cheap labor, transport facilities. Now suppose I am a tea planter, okay, so I have 10 gardens, tea gardens. So if I do not have this well transport system, so my production will be means I will be in loss. So I will not be able to send this the output or the leaves, okay, the leaves to the market or the manufacturing unit. So this labor, okay, the cheap labor, capital, money, transportation facilities, market for the producer, all this also plays important role or which influence the agriculture. Next it is agriculture and its different types. First one, it is the subsistence agriculture, and second it is the commercial agriculture. Now subsistence agriculture, it is a type of agriculture and the produce is consumed by individual and his family. It is subsistence agriculture. Now this type of agriculture mainly these are primitive agriculture, means ancient agriculture. Now people grows food for their subsistence, whatever they need they produce. Now in this type of agriculture the farmer use the simple tools, okay, simple tools and the implements, and food produce primarily consumed by that farmer and his family. Now in this subsistence agriculture, so the three types of agriculture are practiced. First one, it is the nomadic herding. So what is nomadic herding? So it is also one practice, okay, it is this nomadic herding is also one practice that it is the oldest occupation. Nomadic herding, it is the oldest occupation of the people. It is practiced by the people who rear cattle, sheep, goat, yak, camel, okay, like this animal, those who rear all these animal, so they practice this system. Now people, they move along with their animal from one place to another place in search of fodder for their animal. Now this nomadic herding is mainly found in the part of West and Central Asia, East and South West Africa, and Sahara Desert, Northern Eurasia. Those who practice this nomadic herding lead a very tough life. So you imagine from one place to another place they are moving along with their herds, okay, animals in search of fodder. Now next is shifting agriculture. Shifting agriculture very easy, and when a plot of land or the patches of the land cleared by the farmer, and the remains after clearing this, cutting down of these the trees, okay, so the remains, they burn these remains to increase the fertility of the soil. After that they cultivate this plot of this land, the patches of the land, and 2 to 3 years they cultivate, and after 2 to 3 years they move to a new place, and they clear a new patches of the land, and they do the same in the new patches of the land. They clear the new patches of the land, burn the remains, and cultivate these new patches of the land for 2 to 3 years continuously. Again they move to another new place, and like this they continue their system. Now this type of agriculture, it is called shifting. They shift from one place to another place. Now this shifting, this type of agriculture, it is known by different name in different countries. Some part of the Africa it is called Milipa, and in Malaysia it is called Ladang, and in India it is called Bewar or Juming or Poda, P-O-D-A, Poda in India. Now this shifting agriculture is also primarily subsistence agriculture. Whatever they need they produce, okay. So this type of agriculture, it is not done by keeping or with this intention of surplus or earning profit. Next one is intensive agriculture. Intensive agriculture is followed in the monsoon land of Asia. Farmer often have their small holding of the land, okay, which with the help of their family member they cultivate their own land, and farmer use this improved seeds, manure, fertilizer to maintain the fertility of the soil. And this type of agriculture, farmer cultivate more than one crop in a year. This type of agriculture is very common and popular countries like India and the Japan. Next, organic farming. Organic farming, it is also a type of farming. It is an ancient method of the crop production. It is an ancient method which traditional knowledge is used to maintain the quality and fertility of the soil. So how? By using this, it encourages the use of indigenous plants and the animal biomass, manure and the other these purposes. So what people do that? So they use the natural one, cow dung and all these they use. So it increases the fertility, and these are also it is not okay. It is not harmful. Okay, and it counters the harmful effect of this modern. Now, harmful effect of this modern system of farming, how? So whenever we use this chemical, okay, so chemical fertilizer, insecticides, weedicides and all these, so these are very harmful. Okay, these are very harmful. It harms us. Okay, so whenever we take the produces, okay, whenever we take the products, okay, so indirectly we are taking these chemicals. So it results number of diseases and all this. Now, this crop rotation is also followed to maintain the fertility of the soil. In this organic farming, crop rotation is also followed, and genetically modified seeds are not used to get higher yield of the crop. Now, in our locality also some farmers are there. Okay, some of the farmers are there, so who follows this system. Okay, so I have found many a times in the field that cow dungs are there. People are giving cow dung, okay, cow dung in the field to increase the fertility of the soil. So those who follows this the organic farming, so this modified seeds are generally not used, okay, are not used to get this higher yield, okay, the more products, to get the more products. So genetic seeds are not used. So what is genetic seeds? So you will get in the higher classes. So genetic seeds means the hybrid seed, hybridization, in the process of hybridization, okay, hybridized system. So a new seeds when comes out, so these are genetic seeds. Now this organic farming is very environment friendly technique and gives average yield, okay, gives average yield, but this organic farming does not cause damage to the environment. Next, it is commercial agriculture. So these are the three different types, okay, of this subsistence agriculture. And next one, it is the commercial agriculture. Now, when farming is done at a large scale and the products are grown in huge quantity and supplies produce is sold in the market, this type of agriculture, it is called commercial agriculture. First one is, we will see under this commercial agriculture, extensive agriculture. Extensive agriculture, it is a type of agriculture, the land is put to its maximum use. One crop is grown, farm is very large, okay, maybe 1000 to 2000 acres, its extent, and single crop is grown. Sole purpose is to earn profit, and the products will be exported to other countries. Extra laborers are not generally employed. Sometimes this limited labor or no extra labor, okay, family members, okay, they do the work. Now extensive, this commercial agriculture mainly practice in moderately populated areas or the countries. Now this vast land requires and well-known extensive farming. So all these are the modern, okay, modern technologies are also used. Now this type of farms are highly mechanized, okay, machines, tractors, all this from sowing to means harvesting, everything done by the machine. Now such type of this agriculture, these are very common and practiced in USA, Canada, Australia, Argentina are important in this regard. In this regard means that, so this type of agriculture are practice in those countries. Now next is plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture means producing planted trees. Trees are produced. Okay. So crop. So after cultivating this crop, the when we harvest the crop, so we get this rice and all this. But here the plants. Okay. So this producing planted trees. So plants are planted. Now this type of agriculture, which give yields over a period of year. Example, tea, coffee. Now, one tea, T-E-A-T, one tea tree gives average yield for 50 years. Nearly 50 years it gives. Now, like this type of agriculture, the other like this other plants are also there. Tea, coffee, rubber. Okay, so these are the different plants that the people cultivate. So which yields over a period of year. Okay, it is not that you have cultivated this year, next year again you have to cultivate. This tree will yield for number of years. For say nearly tea gives yield for 50 years continuously. But you need to give this manure and to work in the garden, or else it will not yield more. Now, this type of agriculture developed during the colonial rule. So the European countries, wherever they ruled, so they developed this type of agriculture to meet the required needs in their industries, in their home country. So to meet the needs, okay, to meet the growing industrial needs, so they started this type of plantation. This type of plantation prepares in the nurseries, then transplanted into new farms or the fertilized farms or the areas. Now the crops of this type of plantation, I said, okay, tea, coffee, rubber are grown, and the countries which practice this type of agriculture, it is the Brazil, Malaysia, Australia, Sri Lanka, India, like these countries are there. Next topic, it is the mixed farming. Mixed farming, it is also a type of farming. So crop growing, along with that animal rearing is done. This is mixed farming. Now variety of crops, vegetables are grown, and dairy, okay, so rearing of the dairy animal for the milk and other produces. So this is all about the mixed farming. Now the cattle rearing along with that farming, which helps the farmer in maintaining the fertility of the soil. How? So the like the cow dung, okay, the cow dung and the waste what comes from the animal, so they use in the field. So it also yield the produces, and also one way agriculture it is being helped, and another way animal rearing also done, and by using this milk, so other milk products are also producing by the farmer and earning the money and the profit from the market. So this type of farming practice mainly Northeast USA, Canada and Northwest Europe. Next it is dairy farming. Dairy farming, it is another important activity related to agriculture. Now in the dairy farming, cattle are reared for milk and the milk products. Cattle are reared for milk and milk product. Okay, so cheese, okay, cheese, many more are milk products are there. So what we enjoy. So these are produced from the milk only. Now this dairy farm, these are scientifically managed and have mechanized operator. Now these farms are, number of animals are there, okay, number of cattle are there. So from feeding to milking, okay, milking, everything done by the machine. Now machines are used for milk the cow and filling the milk into the bottle and other works, okay, other related other dairy farming related works, everything done by the machine. This type of farming is practiced in the country like Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, Switzerland, Netherlands, like these countries. Next it is tract farming. What is tract farming? Tract farming, in the big cities there is scarcity of land, no space for farming, okay, no space for farming, so people are constructing buildings, so they cannot extend their building, so they are extending altitude, okay, so towards the sky they are extending their building, so it shows that, so the area is very limited, okay, land area is very limited. Now as there is no scope for cultivation, okay, for farming of this fruits and the vegetable, and to feed the growing needs in the town areas, so the outskirt, okay, outskirt or the areas outside of the cities are cultivated by the people and products are transported by a truck. That is why it is called tract farming, to meet the growing needs in the cities. So these vegetable fruits, all these are cultivated in the outside of the cities or the outskirts of the cities, and when these are transported to the cities to meet the growing needs by a or through truck, this is called tract farming. This is all about tract farming. Next, horticulture and the sericulture. Special farming of flower and the fruit in the outskirts of cities. When such agriculture is done, it is called horticulture. Now vegetables, onion, tomato, cabbage and fruits, okay, so fruits, apple, guava, etc., when these are cultivated outside of the cities to meet the needs in the cities, so these are horticulture. And what is sericulture? So sericulture, it is a rearing of silkworm, silk, okay, silk cloth, also we use silk cloth, so rearing of the silkworm on large scale, it is sericulture. This type of agriculture, this type of this sericulture is mainly practiced in China, Japan and India. This silkworm feed on the leaves of mulberry trees. I have seen this system of this sericulture there in the Poilapul in Kachar district. Now cooperative farming. What is cooperative farming? When farmer share their resource and manage their farm with the help of the loan from the cooperative bank, it is very easy to understand. It is called cooperative bank. This type of farming, it is called cooperative farming. Now it is practiced mainly in the densely populated countries. This type of farming is mainly done by the individual farmer and which is not very economical. Now to minimize the cost of production, what the farmer does, so they divide the work among the members. Now this type of agriculture, it is mainly practiced very popular in Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Netherlands, in the countries like, okay, so these are the countries where such type of this farming is very popular. Next is collective farming. Now collective farming, it is very popular in the country like China and the Russia. The farms are very large and the farms are owned and managed by the government agencies, okay, indirectly government, okay, so government agencies manage and operate the farms. Now number of people who are those who work in the field, okay, they are paid, okay, they are paid farmers, and each individual is entrusted with certain responsibility. Now the farm managers are there, they take care of the work done by the worker and decide their salary accordingly. So whatever the products will come from this type of farming, so this will go to government and the products are belongs to the government. Now next and the last of this chapter, it is state farming. So what is state farming? When the farming is carried out by the government owned and the operated farms, it is called state farming, and such farming are found in the countries like Russia and the Germany. Research is also undertaking now in the this organic farming. Okay, organic farming. The seeds. Okay, this modified seeds are not used. Okay, by the farmer in the organic farming. So here in this type of farming, state farming, so research is undertaking for further development of agriculture. How to use the modern techniques, machines, seeds, how to find out, okay, new breeds of crops. So all these are carried out by the government in their owned land. Now farming is most important economic activity and occupation of the people all over the world. New breed of crops are also developed in the state owned farm, and this type of farming very popular and common, and government carries this type of farming in the country like Russia and the Germany. So this is all about this the topic agriculture, farming and all this. Now it is very important activity. The farming is very important activity and the occupation all over the world. No doubt there is a great industrial development all over the world, but without this agriculture, okay, without agriculture we cannot survive. Agriculture produces basis of our existence. Whatever the products we use, we consume from this activity agriculture, we must not waste all these products. These products includes the which are very necessary, okay, which are very necessary for our existence. So this is all about the chapter. Like in the last class what I said, that true or false, take the correct option, all this you do, and the question answer, okay, question answer and the distinguish between the following, that I shall supply you, and your parents are informed to collect the same after 15th of this month. This is all about this chapter, and with this chapter your half yearly syllabus is completed. You read well at your home. I hope you all are fine doing well at your home. You read all the 3 chapters and this chapter also. If any doubt is there, you write in the comment section, I shall reply you. Once again I am telling, you read at your home the topic which you do not understand, you write in the comment section, I shall reply you. This is all about the day's discussion. Thanks to all.